So, like I promised you, I said I was going to pour out my heart and break down everything I know about mixing your beats and your vocal. So, because of this tutorial, I did a beat and I recorded a vocal on it. So, this is what it sounds like.
Smolsky.
True.
Straight from the lab of HBS Beats Discount.
To the end of time. Wanna love it to the end of time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time. Wanna love it to the end of time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time, man.
Why you not praying for the spirits still? Why you not praying for the spirits still? Why you not praying for the spirits still?
See, love is a living thing, cause love can live or die. But what I got for you is a motto, it never die. Only from day to day, from month to every month, from year to every year. No time cannot explain, no gun can even kill it, no means so can destroy it. It's harder than a diamond and precious than a gold. You my gold and my diamond, that's why we go together to year to every year. Nothing can break us down, It's really so interesting, you see, so I wanna be with you every day, you see, so yeah, beyond all talk though. You are the word that I trust, so
Straight from the lab of HBS Beats Discount. Why you not praying for the spirits still? Why you not praying for the spirits still?
So, these days, the way you make your beats, you don't need to add so many stuffs to make it sound good. Just get your good sounding drum kit, select your kick, select your 808, select your tones. Don't use a tone that is meant for reggae in your R&B song. Reggae has its own tones, then R&B have their own tones. Unless you want to be crazy about things, that's when you're gonna go crazy also about your beat. But for this style of beat, I didn't want to do much. I just did basic stuff. I see some people's beat, you have to scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, a lot of stuff, and these stuffs conflicts with the vocals and it's not really good. So just pick out your basic things you want to use in the beat, remove some things, and why your beat doesn't sound professional is because you add so many stuffs and you're giving your listeners the best of you. So, like the way I make my beats, I actually start from a gradual process. Like the starting is not so interesting, but once it get to the chorus, that's when everything becomes interesting. So let me just start off the with the patterns. Okay, this is a basic kick and the snare. Nice and clean. Smooth. So I didn't want the patterns to be the same all through the beat, so I had to create different drum patterns. So this is the piano. I'm actually using Nexus. I can actually make a beat with FL Studio plugins. FL Studio plugins are very nice plugins, so you don't need to bother if you don't have any plugins, because if you install FL Studio new, you will notice that the beat that came with FL Studio, it's right in FL Studio itself that the beat was made. The mixing and the mastering, the samples, the plugins, all it's inside FL Studio. So you don't need to worry yourself about the plugins I use. So this is Nexus. This is a very basic chord, which is your 2, 6, 3, and 6. So if you don't have any knowledge about piano, if you don't have a foundation about piano, I offer premium courses on piano. You can contact me on how to start the course. So this is the pad. The pad is doing exactly what the piano is doing because it's the same progression. So this is Serum. I don't know how they pronounce it, if it's serum or serum. I don't know, but what I did here is that I layered the sound. This first one is actually a synth. And this is a pad also, a different kind of pad. Or should I say synth also, but it's just different. So I mixed both of them together to give me this tone, this sound. Okay. Okay, this is Expand, and I'm using Music Box. If you notice, this line is just an octave lower. If you don't know what an octave is, you can contact me on piano theory so that I can break down everything for you. So I'm actually, my bass here, I'm actually using a plugin in FL Studio called I'm actually using this plugin, Fruity DX10 is what I'm using here. I'm using a preset called flute, E flute. It's E flute, so this is it, E flute. E flute. I'm actually using it as my bass. So this is how it sounds like. And I'm doing a slide. If you don't know how to slide on FL Studio, once you select your note, double click on the note and then click on this slide here and accept. It's gonna give you a slide. These are just single notes from Purity. So this is the bass for the chorus. I also did a slide there. And guys, that's all for the beat. So talking about the vocal mixing, this is actually a raw vocal, so I just did a quick mix. So the first thing I added was my parametric EQ. So one thing about this parametric EQ is that it's detailed. Like if the voice is playing now, for example,
End of time. Wanna love it to the end of time.
you can see where all the frequencies lies. So it's always right to boost around 10k, 8k to 10k to get more of clarity in the vocal. Around 7k, that's where you find frequency like the sibilances. So as you can see, this vocal is not the kind of vocal that needs much of de-essing. So if you can't hear and find errors in your vocals, that means you can't mix it. Or what am I saying? When you're mixing your vocals, you're actually solving problems, because you have to locate where there's problem for you to solve the problem. You can't just be raising any frequency or raising here or cutting. You have to open your ears, listen properly. Does this vocal need to be EQ'd? Okay, if I'm EQing this vocal now, what am I EQing? What do I want to achieve? That's the main purpose you have to focus on. So because I know about frequencies, that's why I EQ this vocal like this. So the first thing I did was that I cut the low. I cut a lot of the low, because in the vocal it's the bass, it's not supposed to be there, so you just cut it to take away the bass and some noises from the mic. So the secret of mixing your vocals is to listen to the vocals. If there is no if you need air in the vocals, you boost around 10k. If you need a lot of air in the vocals, you boost around 8k. Then if the vocal is like really tiny and you don't want it to be tiny, you can boost around this point here. You can boost around that point. Then the next thing I did was that I added auto tune. So mixing your rap vocals, like there's a rap here.
You is a mother, it never die. Only from day to day, from month to every month, from year to every.
I did a different thing with the auto tune, because if I should bring this stuff down and select these bass instruments, it's not gonna sound interesting.
Die, but what I got for you is a mother, it never die. Only from day to day, from month to every month. Really?
So like I was saying before, there are different ways to mix your vocals. So this is one of the ways. You don't need to do much about your mixing. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that some people mix for no reason. They just want to tweak their sound and boost the mids, boost the highs, and boost the rest of them. You can actually leave your vocals like this. Just cut only the low end, leave it straight like this. Your vocal will still sound good. So mixing seems complicated, but it's actually simple. So the first step is that you hear a problem in your vocals that you're trying to mix. Once you detect the problem in the vocal, you're going to think of a way that you're going to fix the problem. So when you try to fix the problem now, you determine whether or not the problem is fixed. So how do you determine? So for example now, since I've EQ'd my vocals like this now, I'm going to bypass the EQ to hear how the vocal sounds on its own. Then I'm going to add it again to see the result, if the problem is solved. So if you notice that the problem is not solved now, you can start all over again. Then take a rest. By then your ear would have rested enough. Then you can listen again. So the most important thing about EQing is when you're mixing, there should always be a step. You should always be trying to solve a problem. Listen clearly. Listen to other songs. Then listen to your own songs that you're trying to, your vocal that you're trying to mix. So another thing that is going to help you is before using an EQ, ask yourself, what problem am I trying to solve? If you don't have an answer, then just forget about using the EQ. So the goal of mixing is to make your song sound good. So one thing I want to say now, sometimes your mic you're using can actually be the problem of your mix. Why you find it your vocals aren't sounding very nice when you mix them. So you need to have a better mic. You need to have a better mic. Some mics just automatically solve the problem of the vocal itself. Vocal not sounding clear. So it's just a mic. Every mic sounds differently. That's why you see people in a studio, they have like 2 to 3 mics. What sounds good on my vocal might sound bad on your vocal. And know that you can't change the way the vocal sounds by EQing it. You can't change the way the vocal sounds by EQing it. So while you're EQing now, you're just trying to solve problems. So I want to give you a guide on how to mix your vocals. Mix your vocals. So the first step I want to give you now is to cut before you boost. So the first thing I told you I did, I cut the low end, then before I started boosting the highs. So if you want the vocal to sound warmer, let me open a new EQ. So if you want the vocal to sound warm, you have to cut the highs around 6 to 10 kilohertz rather than boosting the low. So let me just send the vocal down here and see how it sounds.
Die, but what I got for you is a motto in time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time. Wanna love it till the end of time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and
So if you cut the vocals like this, it's gonna sound warm. So after you cut it like this, now you're gonna add another EQ that you're gonna boost.
time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time. Wanna
So you see,
time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time.
so that's why you see some people use 2 EQ. They'll first of all cut the highs and then they boost it again on the next EQ. Some people will say never boost or cut more than 5 dB. Some people say never boost or cut more than 5 dB. That's a big lie. What you gonna do? Experiment. Be bold enough to move around. Check any frequency you don't like. You bring it. Anyone you like, you can boost it a little bit. But if you want to be disciplined, so that's when you don't have to go above. You're not going to go more than 5 dB. You just boost a little bit. But if you're still learning, you gotta boost everything. Boost it and check till your ear is matured enough. Then you can decide. So another step now is to cut everything below 50 hertz. Everything, just cut everything below 50. Everything below 50 hertz, just cut it. So how are you gonna cut it now? I'm gonna right click on this and say 6 steps. So it's gonna cut everything below here. So like I was saying before, if you need clarity in the vocals, you boost around 10k, or you boost around 6k, or you boost around 2k, it will give the vocal clarity. You can boost around here. It's going to make the vocal clear. So don't forget that no one can teach you how to mix. It all matters on what you hear. So if your ear says this vocal sounds good, then it sounds good. So these are some good guidelines and tips to get you started. But the most important thing is to experiment and then trust your ears. So let me just play the song one more time. Okay, then I added a delay. So I used them 2 delay, but I reduced the mix to half, to 50%. Then I added another one again, and that delay, which I reduced it a lot. I just brought it up a little bit. Then I added the reverb, of course, and then the compressor. So on the next tutorial, I'm gonna be talking about the compressor and why you should compress and why you shouldn't compress. So like the beat now is not really mixed. I just did a volume adjustment. So that's all I did. So let me just play it one more time so that you can listen up.
Smolsky.
True.
Straight from the lab of HBS discount.
To the end of time. Wanna love it to the end of time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time. Wanna love it to the end of time. Yeah, you know that I cannot lie. Wanna love you in this very life and the other life until the end of time, man.
Why you not paying for this hits, yo? Why you not paying for this hits, yo? Why you not paying for this hits, yo?
See, love is a living thing, cause love can live or die. But what I got for you is a motto, it never died. Only from day to day, from month to every month, from year to every year. No time cannot explain, no gun can ever kill it, no means who can destroy it. It's harder than a diamond and precious than a gold. You might go down a diamond, that's why we go together to year to every year. Nothing can break us down. It's really so interesting, you see. So I wanna be with you every day, you see. So yeah, beyond all talk though, you are the word that I trust. So